Live.
Thank you. Namaste, Masters. Today, we are going to share the life and the messages of Papaji. A voice that invites us to rest in what already is, beyond the reach of the seeking mind. Who was Papaji? Harilal Punja was born in 1910 in a part of Punjab that is now in Pakistan. At the age of 8, he spontaneously had a mystical experience in which he became aware for the first time of who and what he really was. It was a transcendental experience of peace and happiness. For the next 25 years, he tried obsessively to recapture that early experience through devotion to Krishna. He had many visions of gods. He saw many famous Indian saints and gurus. But no one he met was able to give him the direct experience of God that he craved. Then in 1944, at the age of 34, he went to the ashram of Sri Raman Maharshi, one of India's most famous and respected gurus. In Papaji's own words, he says, I entered the ashram and then all was quiet. All was quiet, and this man is quiet. He is the incarnation of silence itself, not speaking to anyone. But then it was tremendous silence. I never saw anyone so silent. The people who go there, their mind doesn't enter the hall. He sits quiet and silence was there. What he taught was to keep quiet. Someone then asked Papaji, on the day you finally got it with Raman Maharshi, what had exactly happened? Papaji explained, I was a devotee of Krishna from childhood. And Krishna even would manifest in physical form. I could see with the senses as I see other things. I was very attached to Krishna. Papaji had spent 4 days in Adi Annamalai, on the other side of the mountain, Arunachal. He then went to Raman Maharshi. Raman Maharshi asked him, where have you been? Papaji said, on the other side, staying by myself and playing with Krishna. So Raman Maharshi said, I see, very good. You have been playing with Krishna. Papaji said, yes, sir. I was playing with Krishna. He is my friend. Then Raman Maharshi asked Papaji, do you see him now? Papaji said, no, I don't. So what? Then Raman Maharshi said, what appears and disappears is not real. The seer remained. The person who saw, the seer remained. You saw Krishna, and then Krishna disappeared. You remained the same seer. Now you are here also. The seer remained. Now go and find out who the seer is. Was it just a word? No. But then it struck Papaji. He actually became the seer. The same seer he saw, and this seer was beyond all. Raman Maharshi looked at him, silently transmitting peace. Punjaji or Papaji suddenly became aware of his own inner reality, the abiding, formless presence, which is the source and substance of all that exists. We call it the self, but it has nothing to do with the mind or the personality. It is instead the common ground, the continuous presence that abides timelessly and formlessly as the real nature and heart of all beings. Papaji then eventually settled in Lucknow and drew seekers from all over the world. Papaji refused to form a lineage or take disciples. He believed true freedom includes freedom from the idea of needing someone to lead you to it. His way was rooted in breaking illusions, not creating new ones. Papaji's gift was his ability to turn a question into clarity and a moment into eternity. Papaji's legacy is not in rituals, but in the silence he sparked in others. A silence that still speaks louder than any other word. We now look at some of his famous sayings. If you postpone freedom, you postpone yourself. There is a quiet intensity in these words, a call to wake up, not tomorrow, not later, but now. We often think freedom is something we will earn after enough work, enough effort, or enough spiritual practice. But what Papaji reminds us is this. Postponing freedom is like standing at the doorway of your own home, hesitating to enter. He says, in truth, you already are what you are seeking. Freedom in this context isn't political or circumstantial. It is the unshakable stillness behind the mind's noise, the spacious awareness that doesn't need fixing, improving, or waiting. When we say, I will be free once this ends, or once when I feel ready, we aren't postponing a goal, we are postponing our own being. Every moment we defer liberation, we identify ourselves with limitation. We cling to the notion that we are work in progress, when in fact we are already whole, just masked by the fog of doubt, memory, and fear. So Papaji does not offer these words as poetry. He offers them as a mirror, a bold invitation to stop right now and realize that nothing is actually missing. To postpone freedom is to postpone ourselves. And you in your purest truth are not in waiting. You are already home. The next saying is you are already free. You just have to realize it. These aren't just words, they are a thunderbolt. Papaji wasn't pointing to a freedom that we need to earn, chase, or construct. He was revealing something radical, that our essential nature, beneath all the roles, the thoughts, and the fears, is already untethered, already whole, already free. But then the question arises, why don't we feel free? Because we are looking for freedom as an experience rather than as truth. We believe it comes at the end of effort, after we have been good enough, spiritual enough, disciplined enough. But that's the trick of the mind. The moment we try to become free, we reinforce the idea that we are bound. Papaji's invitation is to drop the search entirely, not by pushing something away, but by turning inwards and recognizing that freedom isn't a future achievement. It's the stillness from which we are already functioning. You don't become freedom, you remember it. It's like clouds parting to reveal the sky. They never created the sky, they just temporarily obscured it. In the same way, stories, identities, and fears may cloud the truth, but in reality, they never touch it. So, this quote isn't a suggestion, it's a reminder, it's a mirror. You are not on your way to freedom. You are freedom on its way to realizing yourself. The next quotation is, silence is the best teacher. There is a kind of wisdom that doesn't arrive through explanation. It arrives through presence, through stillness, through silence. In silence, we are no longer reacting, we are perceiving. The mind, so quick to label, to judge, begins to settle. And as its noise fades, something deeper comes forward. Not taught, but revealed. Papaji often pointed to this, that the real transmission doesn't happen in words. It happens in the space between words. It's like fire catching fire without a spark. The most profound realizations often arise when there is no one trying to teach and no one trying to learn. Silence doesn't argue, it doesn't persuade, yet it transforms because it allows us to face ourselves without escape, to sit in the raw clarity of what is, and in that vulnerability, truth surfaces. We often assume that insight must be complex, poetical, or logical, but silence dismantles that illusion. It's a mirror that shows us not a better version of ourselves, but the one that was never bound in the first place. So when we say silence is the best teacher, we are not romanticizing passivity. We are honoring the space that allows truth to speak to its own terms. He says, listen closely, not to the words, but to what remains when they end. That is when the real lesson begins. Let the eye face its source. When it merges, the search ends. In these few words, Papaji distills the heart of spiritual journey, one that doesn't move outwards but inwards, not into effort but into stillness. We often assume that our identity, our story, our sense of self is fixed. But Papaji invites us to question it, to turn it around. Instead of chasing experiences or knowledge, he urges us to trace the I, thought back to its origin. Who is this I that seeks freedom and then wants answers, that suffers, hopes, strives? When we truly face the source of the I, not as an idea, but as direct inner inquiry, we find that it has no substance of its own. It is a ripple. When the ripple turns inwards, it dissolves back in the ocean of awareness itself. That moment, the merging, is the end of seeking. Not because we have collected truth, but because we have seen there was never a separate seeker at all. The I that struggled to arrive was just a wave, forgetting it was always water. So this isn't just a mystical idea. It's an invitation, a practical turning inward. When the I faces its source, what remains is not a better version of me, but the absence of the one who never needed to search. This is not a loss, it's a liberation. The search does not end in despair, but in peace, in silence, in truth. Call of the search, these are the famous words of Papaji. Call of the search, you are that. This isn't advice, it's a revelation. Papaji didn't say you will become that or you must earn that. He said you are that. The very self you've been seeking through meditation, through books, through struggle, the one listening to these words right now, not separate, not hidden, just unnoticed. So why does he say call of the search? Because the act of searching reinforces the illusion that truth is somewhere else, that freedom is the future, that what you are is not enough. But what if the search itself is the veil? What if the seeker is the only barrier to what's already present? That's why he says, when you stop chasing light and become still, you discover that you were the light itself. That, in ancient teachings like Upanishads, refers to the limitless, formless presence beyond mind and identity. The silent awareness, untouched by fear or change. And Papaji's brilliance was in collapsing the distance between you and that in a single breath. No ladder, no method, just recognition. So this isn't spiritual poetry. It's a mirror, a thunderclap. Call of the search, not because there is nothing to find, but because you are that what you've been looking for. And in that moment of stillness, when the search dissolves, peace remains. What Papaji tells us is when anybody laughs, he has no mind, no thought, no problem. Laughter, we think of it as a reaction, a response to a joke, a moment, a surprise. But Papaji saw it as something deeper, a glimpse into freedom. Think about it. When we truly laugh, there is no analysis, there is no agenda. The mind actually takes a backseat. There is no thought calculating the next move, no burden clinging to a problem. For that instant, we are just that, here, alive, clear, and free. Papaji wasn't glorifying humor for humor's sake. He was pointing to what lies behind the laughter. That spontaneous burst of joy comes not from the mind, but from its absence. In those moments of genuine laughter, you are not rehearsing the past or scripting the future. The I dissolves, and in its place is a purity, a silence that laughs. That is why laughter, like silence, can be a doorway. It short circuits the mind. It reveals what has always been untouched by your problems, your natural self. So next time we laugh, let us notice what's missing: thought, effort, identity, and realize that's no accident. It's a whisper from truth itself saying, you were never the problem. You were just taking thought too seriously. Let the laughter be more than relief. Let it be remembrance of who we truly are without the story. Closing reflection. Stop everything, then you will realize. Stop everything, then you will realize you are the freedom you have been searching for. As we draw to a close, let's pause, not to conclude, but to enter the stillness Papaji is pointing to. With just a few words, he offers something revolutionary. He does not say strive. He doesn't say fix yourself. He says stop. Stop chasing. Stop analyzing. Stop becoming. Because everything we are seeking, peace, truth, freedom, is not waiting at the end of a path. It is here, hidden behind our movement away from it. Stopping isn't passivity, it's courage. It's the radical act of turning inward or refusing to be hypnotized by the mind's relentless, restless search. When we stop everything, not just action, but the inner effort to become, what remains is us, pure, silent, aware. And that, Papaji says, is freedom. We imagine freedom as a destination, but what if it's the silence that's always been present, quietly untouched? The moment we stop, we don't collapse, we arrive. The search ends because the seeker is no longer needed. Let us now start our meditation, and I will share the music. Masters, slowly bring back your awareness to the physical body and the surroundings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You may slowly place your fingers on your eyes for a few seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Masters, thank you very much for joining this evening's wisdom sharing session and the meditation. If anyone has anything to share, knowledge or experience, please feel free to unmute yourself and share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dinesh sir. Such a wonderful session about Papaji Master. So healing, so deep, so wonderful. And thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot for choosing this master and letting us know more about this master. Thank you. Yeah. So friends, anyone would like to share anything? Okay. Hi.
Saiji.
First of all, thank you, Dinesh ji. I think this is a wonderful session. And when I look back, I think this is exactly the words which we resonate from our last session from Ramana Maharshi
Yes.
and Nisargadatta Maharaj. And everything, when you say you are that, I am that. And Nisargadatta Maharaj says, I am that. And if you look at the Papaji, you're saying, you are that. So in the essence, what they are saying is what we are all already that, and just wipe out these illusions, as you said, like a cloud, remove those. When I'm in the meditation, actually, it was very, very difficult for me to come out of that meditation, open my eyes. And always, you're always, I have a lot of respect on you, and which I shared with you when we met in Birmingham as well. And particularly here, I realized that I became like in the meditation, I became like a white. It is a lustrous light, Dinesh Master. And a special thanks to Lakshmi ji and Nirma ji and Sarada ji, all the masters. Whenever I'm doing the meditation along with you, I can feel that luster. And one thing I want to share with you is each and every pore in my body is little. It became like a lustrous, like a lasat in we call as in Sanskrit we call as a lasat. Is a lustrous luminous so energy. And even I'm talking to you, I'm still, my body is vibrating. Thank you so much. And just I thought I wanted to share with you.
Thank
It
you
is a
so much.
lustrous complete. Thank you so much, Deji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Saiji, for your wonderful sharing. Thanks a lot. Anyone, friends? So we're almost reaching. It's almost the 8th day. So in 2 days we have Guru Poornima. So on 10th. So on 10th day we'll have about Patri sir. So I request everyone to please come forward and whatever experiences you have with Patri sir, come forward and speak at least for 5 minutes on Guru Purnima day. So let's honor this Grand Master who created this platform PSSM, Global PSSM UK. So yes, my dear friends. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Dineshi, once again. Thank you, Master.